We currently live in a world full of screens. The cell phone vibrates, the computer waits, the television turns on, and in the meantime, real life passes in front of us without us stopping to observe it for a moment. Ask yourself, when was the last time you looked at the sky without taking a picture of it, or heard the sound of birds singing without having to upload it to Instagram, TikTok, or some other social network? And it is that today we go out to the streets with the intention of seeing beyond, of simply letting ourselves be carried away by the beauty of the way there is, or the curious things that happen around us. And believe me, what we discovered was quite curious. So, let's go there.
We see symbols every day and assign them a fixed meaning. Seriousness, authority, haste. But here, that symbol had been transformed. Proof that the spirit of this city is capable of taking the rigid and making it flexible, of finding humor in the solemn. It was my first lesson. Joy does not ask permission, it simply happens. And that joy led me to another, to a purer one, more universal, the laughter. The one who doesn't understand languages or ages, nor of social classes. For a moment, the chaos of the metropolis stopped to hear a bad joke, and it worked. We were all accomplices of the same magic, that of forgetting everything else. And that patrol car was also part of the trick, because it was also giving away smiles that not many had expected to find. Before, going for a walk was synonymous with being able to contemplate a little of the landscape and that,
to open up for a moment to what was around you. But nowadays, many people use it to answer emails and also at lunchtime. Before, it was a time when you could talk with your family, watch a series together or something like that, and actually, hey, not anymore. Currently, it is a time when everyone is on their cell phone, they are seeing something different, the children are playing on their mobile devices, and that is also gradually distancing you from your family, and they even get upset if you ask them to take it away or that it is a moment of conviviality.
after the laughter came silence, a silence that was not empty but full of meaning. Here the body became language. I didn't need to understand the story they were telling, I just needed to feel it. It was fragility against the harshness of the environment. It was beauty breaking without warning in the middle of the routine. It's a necessary interruption, a reminder that even surrounded by concrete, we are still poetry. On average, a person checks their phone more than 150 times a day. This means that about every 10 minutes, our attention is interrupted by a notification. We live in a society that glorifies haste, multitasking, and productivity. And then the city changed its skin again. Became music? Each artist was different from the previous one. The first was an acoustic act, a dose of nostalgia that transported you far from here to an imaginary desert in the midst of the chaos of the city. And as in a change of radio station, melancholy gave way to electricity, a sound, a rawer, more industrial sound. The same street, the same people, but now the energy was completely different. But it was here that all the stories of the day converged. It wasn't just people playing music and that's it. It was a collective catharsis. An anthem from the 80s that triggered a spontaneous celebration in the middle of 2025. No one planned it, no one received an invitation. It just happened. And that made them remember things from their past. We don't know what they remembered listening to that song. If they were remembering a person they let go, if they were remembering when they heard her for the first time in a bar, or if they heard her for the first time with her father on a tape recorder. Think about this. Every person you meet on the street carries a story you'll never know. A woman who smiles as she remembers a lost love.
a child who runs with the same dreams you had when you were younger, an old man who carries the memories of a lifetime. But instead of looking at their faces, we look at the reflection that is always on our screens. In Japan, there is a term called mono no aware that is born with melancholy when recognizing the ephemeral things of life. A sunset that lasts just a few minutes, a freshly brewed coffee, or the rustling of the leaves in an autumn. They are instants that technology cannot currently relieve because they are instants that are for that to live for a single moment. Ironically, we are more connected than ever, but at the same time we are also more alone than ever. Many times we believe that with social networks we will be able to have more friends and be able to talk to more people. But what actually happens a lot of those times is that we end up being alone and filling that void of loneliness with digital noise. What do I mean by digital noise? Well, with likes on posts, uploading reels, uploading videos, or some of those things that usually happen, we respond to messages while we are talking to someone in front of us, and that in turn prevents us from being able to connect with the other person more deeply. And at the same time, we also shared moments on social networks, but we decide not to live them or not to enjoy them in reality. Moments as simple as seeing a play, going to a concert, and just being there enjoying the moment, right? Really, what many people do is go to concerts and be recording a video that you will never see again, and that if you upload to social networks, well, maybe they will applaud you for a while, and that becomes digital noise, and in turn also makes you disconnect from the moment you are in and not appreciate it.
But the highest cost is not measured in scientific data.
Rather, it is measured in the memories that we never had because we were distracted. It's the look we didn't return, the conversation we left for later, the person we let go, the moment that we did not know how to value and live because we were busy comparing them with things that were on social network, and then they are simply an echo in our minds. What? That sometimes you wonder how it could have been if instead of dedicating yourself to thinking about what was happening on social networks and what everyone paints as something aspirational, you would have dedicated yourself to living those moments, to making your own decisions, to value the people around you, to value those moments when you are with someone else, where you can have that conversation that's different. And in all those moments that later simply stay in the mind and are part of something bigger.
Nice.
A patrol that was a game, a clown who brought us together in laughter, a dance that gave us silence, and a street symphony in 3 acts, all within a radius of no more than 10 minutes. By the end of the day, I hadn't come anywhere new or told a story that almost no one knew on the map of the city, but it made a different place inside me. I understood that you don't need a plane ticket to be an explorer. Sometimes, the greatest adventure is simply relearning to look at the place you already inhabit. Perhaps that is what it is about to see Mexico, or in general to any place with different eyes. Understand that true beauty is not in the destinations we mark on a map, but in the infinite richness that is hidden along the way. You just have to have the courage to walk aimlessly and look at it with different eyes.
We may not be able to escape the chaos in technology because it is already our present and it is assured that it will also be our future. But we can allow ourselves to stop for a moment and look around without the cell phone and without all the pressures that are in our head. Stop for a moment, breathe, listening, feeling, and seeing everything around us, everything that is happening. All those nice things that we often get lost because we are immersed in technology or because we are immersed even in our own world with our problems. Because life in the end is not on a digital screen, that is simply noise. It's visual noise, it's auditory noise, the likes, the comments, the followers you get at the end. Never mind. What matters is always having someone on your side that you can turn to. It's always important to have one arm at your side and realize that in the end, life isn't just what happens behind a screen. but it is beyond. It is the arm of someone you love with whom you can express yourself. It's the colors, it's the sounds, it's what you can see happening around you. Life is also in the landscape beyond your window. Life is here and it's right now, and all we need is to look at it, feel it, and enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, that's what life is about. So if you liked this video, if you like, comment, share, and subscribe. You help us a lot on this channel. And also don't forget the new feature, which is Hypea, that appears on mobile devices after liking the video. The option appears and that helps our video to be recommended to more people.
So without further ado, see you in the next video of whatever. Bye.